Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Baseball Diaries. It has been a very long while. Happy Championship Saturday. If you pay attention to college football, championship games are being played. Currently, on my TV downstairs is the MAC championship game. If you're a sicko,
Did you say
MAC?
Oh, MAC.
The Mid-American Conference.
Yep.
So
I
it's
thought you said math, and
Miami of Ohio against Ohio. For any of the sickos in our podcast community, I am wearing my Penn State jersey because Penn State is in the Big Ten championship game.
Oregon, right?
Yeah.
I was hanging out with somebody last night who was an Oregon fan, and they said Penn State's going down.
Yeah, we're going duck hunting. I'm going to find a duck in Stafford and blow its head smooth off.
How come, Penn State fans aren't as, Philly fans, as, that I've noticed, at least?
So, Penn State is located in the direct middle of the state, and, the land is, it's gorgeous. If you go there, it's just beautiful. So it's kind of hard to be super angry and bitter.
Got it. It's not like Philadelphia, where, everyone just wants to kill everyone.
It's Philadelphia is there are a lot of Penn State fans that are from Philly because a lot of students, a lot of high schoolers from Philadelphia go to Penn State because it's the biggest school in the state. And who doesn't want to go to a stadium that has 110,000 people in it?
I'm proposing a new idea.
Yeah.
Penn State gets moved right outside of Philadelphia. That can make the college football team really good.
Oh, they recruit well in Philadelphia anyways.
They will recruit. Not only that, but then, if they have a losing season, the head coach is going to get executed.
That is true. That
it'll be
probably
one losing season.
Yeah, the first one. They're just no.
Yep. The mascot will be dead every year, no matter if they win or lose. They could win the national championship, and it's going to be just like on Blue Mountain State, where it's hang the goat for whatever reason.
And then they got that. Well, then they could also do, my favorite, is just induce a mental breakdown of an opposing team's mascot.
Mm-hmm.
Blooper could do that to Brutus the Buckeye. Can't really do it with Michigan. They don't have a Wolverine, and they also don't have a live Wolverine, which is probably a good idea because it's just a rabid badger. That's basically what
much
a Wolverine
larger
is.
Yeah.
So you can't have that in the stadium. It's you can have, Texas has the Longhorn Bevo, Georgia has its little bulldog,
I thought
and then
Texas's
the real
mascot was Matthew McConaughey.
He's the ceremonial one.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the team might as well be called at this point.
McConaughey's, yeah. He's gonna be there. I already know it.
Yeah.
They had Timothée Chalamet on game day today, which was hysterical.
Yeah.
Dude, he knew his stuff. It was in terms of actors you don't expect to know anything about football, he's one of one.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like he knows. Dude was listing stats, and I was like,
all right.
Huh, okay, fair enough. Fair enough, Timmy.
That gives me an idea. All right. New producer, Cooper, I need you to book who's an actor you don't think knows anything about baseball?
An actor I don't think knows anything about baseball?
Zach Galifianakis.
Yes.
Book him.
Zach Galifianakis. I'm trying to think of another one, a high profile one, but
Denzel Washington.
Sneaky, I feel like Denzel might. I feel like he might.
Baseball, no. I don't think he would. I think football he might know. I don't think he knows baseball.
Who else? Ewan McGregor.
Conor McGregor?
No, Ewan. The one who played Obi-Wan. Conor? No. Well, Conor wouldn't know shit.
Actually, you know what, Cooper? Book Conor McGregor. Talk to him about baseball. That would actually be hysterical.
He'd start saying the most outlandish shit ever.
Yeah. We'd be like, okay, in a fight against Not Greg Maddux. Nolan Ryan. Who do you think would win, Connor? And he's like, I'd bounce his head on the fucking pavement. Connor, he's 75 years old. Tell him to come to Ireland. Okay.
Get in the octagon. It's like, Connor, again, he's 75. He has grandkids.
Yeah, and probably great grandkids at this point.
Yeah, probably.
All right. Well, we have gone off the rails like usual.
Standard.
This is why we needed a producer, and that's why we had the long hiatus. We needed to get a producer. He was asking for way too much money. Like, he wanted like $5.
We could give him 3.
We had 3 to give.
Yeah.
And then by the end of it, he signed for nothing. So we won.
That's why we went to the negotiation competition, dog.
Yep.
Anyways, Luis Severino signed with the A's like yesterday.
Yeah.
Largest
largest
contract
in A's history.
Which is embarrassing.
Yeah.
Dallas
what was it, $67 million, I think?
Yeah, $67 million, I think, over 3 years. So the A's are contenders now.
I don't know about all that, but
I had to make an outlandish take.
But they did make promises that they were going to start spending once they started moving out of Oakland, and they did.
Which is really fucked up for the Oakland fans.
Yeah. That's where I'm like, look, this is where I'm like, okay, putting all of the, we've stated 1,000 times on this podcast, I hate it for Oakland, hate all of this for Oakland.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, John Fisher is a really good businessman, like he's showing right now. And being a good businessman means you're a terrible person most of the time.
Yes.
And the
see what happened to a certain CEO this week.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly,
kind of trying to get a shot.
Well, it's kind of, that guy's not going to come after us. We don't even have $3.
Yeah, that's true.
But realistically, it's a miracle that didn't happen to John Fisher. It's like, we're talking about Oakland. We're not talking about anywhere else. It's like, dude, this isn't it ain't the best.
He probably hasn't been to Oakland in like
a decade.
3 years. Yeah, I was gonna say, I was giving a liberal number on that, saying like 3 years, but like probably it's been like 10.
Yeah, it's probably been a while. I don't think he's been to that stadium ever. Like, I mean, the way he talked about the team, it was more like he was viewing from a you know how they say when a nuke goes off, like minimum safe distance to survive? That's what he was viewing that team from.
Yeah. And I mean, he was 100% viewing that team as literally just another. It's almost like he was viewing the team as a stock. It was a stock option. Like, and to be fair, he is doing exactly what he said, and we said before, is the only thing that's going to work. If they don't spend money to go to Las Vegas and make the team good, it's going to be a major flop in Las Vegas, and they're going to end up, I mean, not losing money, but baseball will be a flop in Las Vegas if it's not a good team.
I saw the projected cost of the stadium now in Las Vegas. The price has gone up to $1.75 billion. So, yeah, it really, I think that's going to put that's more of a monkey wrench in the plan, where they're just like, well,
they already said that they're trying to get tax dollars on it, so.
Well, of course they are.
Yeah.
But who knows? I mean, who knows how long that takes to complete? I don't know. It'll probably take.
So far, it looks like it's going to be stadium was originally $1.5 billion.
It's already gone up.
It's gone up since then, from what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
A's plan to begin construction between April and June.
That's faster than I expect it to be, because they still have to get all the permits done.
Yep, they expect it to be completed to start for the 2028 MLB season, so 3 years from now.
Jesus.
And, the increase was by $250 million.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot, but it's not like.
Well, it's not.
It's not where it's now undoable.
Yeah, it's not undoable, but it's also like John Fisher's probably looking at his pocketbook and thinking, "How much can I save?"
Oh yeah, that's exactly what he's thinking. But he's also realizing, if I put out a shitty team in Las Vegas, nobody's going to go to the games, and
Mm-hmm.
this is going to be the biggest flop ever, which is why he went out and got Luis Severino. And honestly, I think there's going to be a few more.
I'm sure there will be a few more. My thing is, we have talked about this, like the identity, the way to roll out a team in Vegas is how the Golden Knights did it. The Golden Knights aren't good right now in hockey.
But they were when they fucking came out.
They were when they came out. They won a
Stanley Cup 2 years ago, right? Or last year?
2 years ago.
Yeah, that's what I
thought. But the biggest part was, like you said, you're a Vegas native. It was their own.
Yep.
Like, it's not a team that's been relocated now twice. 3 times? Weren't they the Kansas City Athletics at one point too?
I think so too. I'm pretty
sure 3 times.
Yeah.
It's not their own team. Like, if they, like, I know you're not gonna ditch the Cardinals.
No.
But like, if you had a team that got founded in Vegas, I think you'd have a different AL team. I don't think you'd support the Astros anymore.
For sure.
But now it's like, yeah, they're the Las Vegas Athletics, but it's kind of like you say that and you have a sour taste in your mouth.
It's a sour taste in the mouth because you know what it is, and it's taking away from children.
What it could be. Yeah, it's taking away from children and what it could have been in Vegas. Because Vegas would be a great expansion town. I just don't think this was the way to go about it.
And on the flip side of things, do I think it eventually, like, goes away? Yeah, time heals all wounds, unfortunately. Yeah. I mean,
fortunately and unfortunately. Yes, it's kind of like a two-sided, it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah, fortunately, true.
Like, you're eventually gonna have young
sword
kids.
Because it's like, yeah, there's gonna be young kids in Las Vegas that grow up and become Las Vegas A's fans, and they will have no memory of the Oakland days. And it'll be just me, the old man, screaming at the clouds still.
Yeah.
Saying,
well, you already are that. You already are that.
Yeah, but it'll be more of that when the kids grow up with their Las Vegas A's hats and their jerseys,
rolling into the stadium wearing a Oakland A's
Dallas
Jose Canseco jersey. I had to get the Canseco.
Canseco, that's a good one. That's a good one.
He could go Mark McGuire. I mean, at least he played for your favorite club.
That is true. Big Mac. He saved baseball, man. Well, him and Sammy Sosa.
Bring back the steroid era.
Back steroids.
Make steroids great.
Doing steroids. Look, why not? I don't see a problem with it.
And juice the balls again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
juice the balls and get juice players. Get the 2019 baseballs and let Barry Bonds hit those. Good God.
Cork the bats.
And cork the bats. People are just getting executed by balls going as fast as a bullet to the freaking outfield and just taking heads off. And it's like, okay, was there any reason to make the baseballs hollow points now?
Dude, do you know what the insurance premiums would go up for from Major League Baseball?
I'd go to a game.
Dude, you get a line drive to the second baseman, puts a hole in his chest. Just like,
he was like, oh, holy shit.
Okay. Before we go to more free agent stuff, there was a thing I wanted to touch on, the Golden at Bat thing.
Oh,
that was a rumor.
I forgot about putting that in the news and notes. We needed to talk about that.
There was a rumor that was gonna be put in. It has quelled since then. They have quieted it down. Oh, hello, Marshall.
He has to join the pod.
Yeah.
He currently gets paid more than our new producer.
Well, yeah, he also destroys her property, so.
It's true.
But, I mean, when I first read the Golden at Bat rule, I was like, this is the dumbest idea ever.
It is.
And it's like, oh yeah, so you strike out Shohei Ohtani.
Guess who's coming up
He's
next?
back! It's a do-over.
It would. I'm not gonna lie though. It could be like the most WWE like entrances of all time. It's just like Shohei Ohtani strikes out. He just lays on the freaking ground, and they're like, "Now batting, Shohei Ohtani." Down. He just
Do you know
fucking
how?
sits up.
Do you know how funny that would be for like the Fox graphic team? Because there's like
Exactly.
Shohei Ohtani up in 3 batters. Shohei Ohtani strikes out. Shohei Ohtani's up again.
Again.
It's like
No,
could you imagine the pitcher just being like, what?
I would.
Man.
I'd hit him. I'd be like, "Fuck it, drilled."
Oh yeah, no, it's like
Actually,
fuck
I'd pick
that.
off to the dugout. Is what I'd do. I'd pick off to the dugout and just see who I hit.
Just Dave Roberts comes out of the dugout, 99-mile-an-hour fastball to the dome.
Yep. Like, no, fuck you. Okay. And
Bench
they were talking about
brawl.
doing that. They said they were going to do that rule in the minor leagues, which I'm like, please don't.
Because
Don't even try it. This is one of the few rules where I'm like, don't even give it a shot. This is a dumb fucking rule.
Because it's like, look, you're killing baseball as it is if you do that. Because it's like, yeah, oh, does anyone really want to see Alex Verdugo as the final out? No.
But do they want to see?
That is the sport.
But do they want to see? But they do. Do they want to see David Freese become the 2011 World Series hero, the most unsuspecting guy ever? That doesn't happen in other sports. Like nobody. It's never the nobody to somebody in basketball and football, whatever. Like, sure, they'll make like one play, but it's never like all of a sudden this guy who is hitting in the 8-hole is now the most feared player on the team because he just went on some fucking random run. And are they moving him from the lineup? No, because they got 2, 3, and 4 who are Jim Edmonds, Scott Rowland, and Albert Pujols, so they can't move him. And, well, actually, technically that was never mind. Regardless, you know what I meant. They have 3 bangers at the top that are better players than them, but this guy decided to get hot at the right time, and now every pitcher in the league is now afraid of the 8-hole hitter.
Yeah.
Versus in basketball, football, whatever, you got Tom Brady in the last play of every game. You have that chance, which I do understand that argument that you want that to happen, but also that's what makes baseball great is that it's different. It's not the same sport.
And it shouldn't try to be the same sport. Exactly. It shouldn't try to. The difference is what makes it good.
Exactly.
It's like hockey, it doesn't have an equivalent because, like, who are you going to see on the last 5 minutes of the game when you need a goal if you're the Edmonton Oilers? You're going to see Connor McDavid on the ice. Like, it's price of admission. Like,
yep.
But with baseball, it's like, World Series is on the line. Here comes Xavier Edwards.
Yep.
Or in this case, Alex Verdugo. It's like, yeah, that sucks. That's on you, though.
Yeah,
you put him out there.
Yep.
You didn't have to. You did, though.
And that's the way they get hot. Like,
yeah.
And it's always been like that. And I sound like an old head being like, oh yeah, it's the way the game has always worked. But I mean, most rule changes do change like this sport for sure. Like if you look at like last year's rule or the last couple of years rule changes where we had the 0 or the 2 pickoff rule, pitch clock, whatever. I've actually grown to love the pitch clock. I'm not gonna lie, love the pitch clock. Still hate the pickoff rule. Despise that one. But I'm a bitter pitcher.
It's already hard enough to hold runners anyway.
Exactly.
So I'm fine with the bigger bases. I'm fine with bigger bases.
I have no issue with that. But you cannot tell me.
Come on.
But you cannot then tell me now that those rules have not changed the sport. You can't tell me that. You know why you can't tell me that? What happened this year and last year? What happened this year that has never happened before in baseball history?
Are we talking about
Ohtani, 50-50.
The 50-50, yeah.
And no player has ever done a 49-49, 48-48, 47-47, 48-4, or 45-45, whatever. Down to, I think it's 43-43, I think is the last time that has ever been done before. So it's not even close.
I mean, and that's the thing. Ohtani's just did 50-50. Acuna last year did 40-70. And it's like, oh, is anyone going to remember that? No, because Ohtani did 50-50 the next year. And now Acuna is going to come back, and he's going to have to go 50-80.
Yeah, but And the
restore
reason I
that, because it's like, yeah, 40-70 is ridiculous and awesome, but it's like, oh well, he only hit 40 home runs. It's like, yeah, well, if he hit 50, then Otani's like, ah, shit.
yeah, and like and the reason I say it's you can't tell me that rule changes didn't change the fabric of the game is because when was the last time a 40-40 season happened? Alfonso Soriano in what? Oh, when the fuck did he do that?
I don't even remember. That's
It
how
was
long ago it was.
that was the last. I know that was the last 40-40 season, and also every single 40-40 guy prior to Acuna was a steroid guy. Also,
Of course they were.
yeah. So that's why I'm like, okay. Alfonso Soriano in 2006 was the last time 40-40 has been done. So almost 20 years ago was the last 40-40.
And now we have
And
two
now we had
back to back.
Exactly, two back to back. And don't get me wrong, is it two
It's cool.
generational talents that
Yeah.
could it be just coincidence? Yes. But the argument that it's easier to steal bases looks very fucking on paper where you're like,
Well, especially with the pickoff thing, because like
yeah.
the thing is, like with a player like Otani wasn't really let run a ton by
No.
the Angels, and
Yeah.
that was because they were worried about his health, which is fair. Like,
Yeah.
But whenever Acuna got him first, you're like, okay, he's going second.
He's
like,
yeah.
he was going anyway. Like, even with the smaller bases, he was still going. So would he probably have done 40-40 at some point, even if you didn't give him the rule changes and give him the benefit of the two pickoff thing?
Maybe.
Probably.
I'd say
I would say him is more likely than Otani doing it.
I'll agree with that. I would completely agree.
Because I think he's faster, and he's also definitely more
faster.
reckless. And he's definitely more reckless.
Yes,
on the base
I'll agree
paths.
with that.
But if you give away to control, because you're giving pitchers way more disadvantages than you're giving base runners.
Oh yeah.
And like, yeah, stolen bases are fun, they're exciting, blah blah blah, whatever. You got to give a pitcher a way to combat that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, because pitching is harder from the stretch anyway.
Yep.
Give them an option.
Yeah.
I think they should strike the two pickoff rule.
I agree.
That's the one that I have issue with.
I agree.
The golden at bat one, never even contemplate it.
No.
Never even contemplate it.
No. If they put the golden at bat rule, I'm seriously gonna have trouble like watching like baseball like in the ninth, because I'm just gonna it's a different fucking sport. Because here's like, and then also you got to throw away every record book, every single fucking one, because
you essentially have to create a new MLB.
Yeah, because like think of all the home run records, all of the like the home run records are going to be so much more attainable. Let's say
you're also only supposed to have.
Let's say Aaron Judge.
So what I was saying is you're supposed to really only maximum in a 9-inning game, maybe supposed to get 5 at bats. Maybe
5 or 6. I would say 6, like on like if you're batting 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, but you're only supposed to get 5, maybe 6.
Mm-hmm.
If you give him 7, 8 tries, and like, how many times do you get to use the golden at bat? What if you want Otani? It's like, what if you wanted Otani to come up with the bases loaded when it's supposed to be your 7-hole hitter?
Yeah.
Like,
and then not only that,
come on.
But the way I think about it is, you don't think it's going to be just completely manipulated so that the record books can get fucked up. So guaranteed, let's say they implement the rule next year. Let's just say the Yankees don't sign Juan Soto. They're not really in playoff contention. They're just kind of like a mid-tier team. Guess who's getting the golden at bat rule every single game for the entire season? Aaron Judge.
It's Aaron Judge.
Because they want him to break the 73 home run record in the single season, which he will have a big chance at when he's got 162 more at bats than any other player, because he's getting the golden at bat rule every single game. The game will be 0-9, and they're down by fucking 9, and they're gonna be like, guess who's up? Aaron Judge in the 9th inning.
And it's gonna be another meaningless home run.
Yeah. And they're like, okay, now it's 1-9. Cool. But now Aaron Judge is at 67 home runs. And it's like, okay, but look at the
Roger Maris's ass in the fight seats again.
Yeah, so I mean, it's you're gonna have to really like fudge the record books because you're gonna be like, yeah, he had 162 more at bats in a single season, not because of injuries or like because he batted in the one hole. It's because in the 9th inning, every single time they're like, golden at bat rule, and it was like, all right, well, here he goes again.
And you'd just be like, well, every single season now has an asterisk.
Yep,
like
exactly. So you can't do that. It's just
So never do that. Strike the pickoff rule.
Yep.
Moving into further free agent stuff. I mean, I guess we'll talk about Juan Soto because I mean we figured that was going to be the biggest deal ever, and he doesn't want deferrals. He wants to stay on the East Coast. Okay, so thank God the Dodgers are out.
Thank God. I mean, I'm genuinely not. I'm not going to completely rule them out. Where I'm like, yeah, they're definitely like 100% out. I'm not. I refuse to believe
I'm not
they're
that stupid.
Yeah, I'm never believing that the Dodgers are 100% out after the last 2 seasons.
But with his preference to stay on the East Coast, it looks unlikely.
Yes.
With that being said, they're talking $700 million already at all of the offers. And look,
well, I mean, apparently the Mets already offered him 650.
Yes, which doesn't surprise me. Carlos Mendoza's son decided to leak that, and honestly, that's not good. It's not a good thing to do.
No, but I also don't think it's too bad of it. If you're the Mets, in my opinion, you're not terribly mad about that because what you did was you told every other team, fuck off if you don't want to match that number. If not, don't even make a phone call. Don't even try.
Yeah.
And that
my thing is with the Mets offering it, I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, fine. Like, and for honestly, as a rational baseball fan, of course I want Juan Soto on my team. But in my mind, I'm like, honestly, I'd rather break that up and spend it in a lot of different positions because you can get like 3 or 4 guys for that amount of money. And the Phillies need those kind of guys rather than one. Like, look, no. And I think that Soto would be excellent in this lineup. For sure. He would be. But it's like, can we get, like, say the Phillies finally decide to make a big trade. Say they get Kyle Tucker. I'm taking Kyle Tucker, 100%. And then you could probably get, like, another bit piece outfielder, like, say, a Suzuki. And apparently the Mariners want Alec Boehm. Give me George Kirby. I'm taking that 3 over Juan Soto. I'm taking that 3 over Juan Soto immediately.
For the price
just
range,
because,
because
it would be a more realistic price range.
Yes,
like,
I'll agree with that.
It's probably around the same amount of cost over, maybe not spaced out over 15 years, but it's probably the same cost.
It's probably the same cost in that like talent and like in the what you needs pool because like I think Juan Soto fills that big of a gap for the Phillies, while those 3 guys can fill up a similar gap in the Phillies. If you get what I'm saying.
And the thing is, I'm not saying that Juan Soto isn't probably one of the best hitters we've ever seen, because he definitely is. Yeah. However, Kyle Tucker's ridiculous. Like,
Kyle Tucker's very much a perennial MVP candidate as well.
And he's a Gold Glover.
Yeah, and that's why
Juan Soto is not.
No. I think he did actually win a Gold Glove one year, but like, LOL. So did Marcell Ozuna.
Yeah, Marcell Ozuna won a Gold Glove. It's like, what does that really mean? Like, look at the actual DRS and let's see what happens.
Yeah. Look at the one play where Marcell Ozuna tried to catch the ball and then jumped off of the fence.
That is like my favorite play ever, because like, what the fuck was he doing?
I mean, he literally thought the ball was like in the 3rd deck, climbing the wall, and then it landed 15 feet in front of the wall that he was standing on.
Which was, I mean, look, that's just impressive. Maybe he was drunk.
Could have been.
That does mess with your depth perception.
It makes sense. Anyways, so if we were going into, like, who do you think makes the most sense for Juan Soto right now?
I mean, okay, so of the teams still in, I'd be hard-pressed to say he doesn't stay with the Yankees. It would surprise me if he did. Winning-wise, it's like, the Mets are coming back up and spending, but they have more issues with the rotation now. and they need to spend on pitching too.
They do need to spend on pitching, but I'm between the Yankees, Mets.
Yeah.
And you know what? I mean, no, I'm not even going to say that. I was going to say I'm between the Yankees, Mets, and Blue Jays, but I think the Blue Jays are just going to do the same shit that they did with Aaron Judge, with
Ohtani
Shohei
last year.
Ohtani, where it was like, oh yeah, they're in on it, and then they're going to be like, oh wait, no, we're not, because I think my thought on that is Juan Soto wants to win, and I think the Blue Jays think way more highly of their team than anybody else in baseball at this point. Like, at this point,
Yes.
they think they got a chance of winning the World Series. And everyone else sees Vlad Guerrero Jr. and look, Mom, we're on TV. Like, that's basically the Blue Jays at this point.
Yeah, I agree. So I'm between Mets and Yankees.
That's where I am
think
as well.
I do think he stays with the Yankees, but
I'm still giving that sneaky, like, don't fucking count out the Dodgers. I refuse to say they're out.
No, I can't willingly say they're out. I would love to just say, like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I would love to say that. But then, the second we say that, we're going to log off this podcast and be like, breaking news, Juan Soto to the Dodgers. And I'd be like, well, where's the gun? Where's the gun? I'm going to fucking do it. I'm going to fucking do it. Like, I'm done. It's over. I'm never watching baseball again. I'm never living again. This is fucking over. Like, there would be no news that would be worse in my life. Like, at this point, nothing. Nothing worse in my life than to see Juan Soto to the Dodgers after all that has happened. Like, with the Dodgers. If it would have been like Juan Soto to the Dodgers like 2 years ago prior to Ohtani and all that, I'd be like, damn, that sucks. Now it's just like, all right, fucking don't even play the season. Just don't fucking play it.
Just give him the Commissioner's Trophy already. Yeah. Fuck it.
Like, give him the next fucking 5. Fuck him. And then just make them start paying the deferred payments. Just make them start doing it now so I can watch the next 20 years of Dodger baseball just burn while I'm sitting there like, yes. Remember when you guys wanted to buy a decade?
You're going to be pitching for them in 2035.
I can't wait. I can't fucking wait. I'm going to be just like, you guys wanted to buy a fucking decade? Look what you guys did now. Look, the new ownership group is strapped with all that fucking money, and y'all are fucked, and I'm going to love it. Every second of it.
They're going to need, like, World War III to kick off in order to save their pocketbooks at some point.
It's going to be fucking incredible. They're gonna be like, we're still paying $68 million to Ohtani, who's not even on the fucking team or in the country. We're still playing Blake Snell in fucking 2085.
Yeah.
Which also, another sighting to the Dodgers. Blake Snell.
Blake Snell.
Blake Snell is now a Dodger.
Tommy Edman also signed a deal with a ridiculous amount of deferrals. And it's like, really? You needed deferrals with Tommy Edman?
They did deferrals with Tommy Edman, Juan Soto. Or, I'm sorry, not Juan Soto. Don't put
that. Knock up
anymore out there. Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, Freeman, Snell.
Probably Will fucking Smith.
Will Smith's probably going to get a deferral for whatever fucking reason. Why? I mean, why? And then, hang on. Let's also put Nolan Arenado's getting traded to the Dodgers. It's happening.
And he's going to rediscover himself.
I didn't want to say that because I know it's going to happen. I know for a fucking fact it's going to happen. Like, I would not... Would Nolan Arenado going to the Dodgers and then him winning the fucking MVP next year shock me? Not at all. I would put... If he goes to the Dodgers, I'm putting a fucking bet that he wins MVP next year. I'm putting my savings that he wins.
His odds would be like plus 8,000.
I know, but I'm putting a bet
you'd be multi-millionaire.
I'm doing it. I'm putting a whole paycheck on that bitch. Like a whole $3. A whole everything on that bet. Like there's
and then right after that you're gonna put everything else on.
It hit. Yep. Hey, you could I could either walk out rich, or I could walk out owning the casino. And you know how I roll.
Shout out JB.
Yeah. So yeah, the Dodgers have gotten all the Infinity Stones. Like,
yep,
they're done.
Well, baseball's done.
Baseball, yeah. Next decade. Good luck for everyone in the National League. Like, if I'm the Padres, I'm done. Fuck it. At this point,
was the year.
Blow it up. This was the year. You had a chance. It's over. Like,
it's done now. Yeah, you're done.
Sell off Tatis, sell off like everyone except for like Jackson Merrill and even Jackson Merrill. He might still be too old, even though he's a rookie. But
He's
the
20
Dodgers
years old. He can't
I
even
know.
drink.
He can't even drink, but he might be too young to be a part of the core of the next Padres that can
Because
be
he's
good.
going to be 30 when you have a window again.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Is like, yeah, sell it all. Like, because you're not competing. You're just not. Giants don't even like. I don't know what you've been doing for the last decade, but stop it. Like, your decade was the 2010s. It's over. That 2010s is over.
Okay, so next item on the list. You say Kikuchi, groundbreaking move to the Angels.
Yeah, they are now contenders in the American League West. Watch out.
We are lying.
Yes,
they are not.
Look, man, Kikuchi was good last year, and he was.
I'm not saying he wasn't.
He was really good.
He was really good,
but
he's not good enough.
No, he can't pitch every day. And even if he did, well, doesn't really do all that much for you.
You could give him the fucking robot arm, and it still wouldn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, last year had a 2.70 ERA and 60 innings pitched, 0.9. I'm sorry, 307 FIP, and then a 0.93 WHIP, which is fantastic, absolutely fantastic. But this was a confusing move, in my opinion, for Kikuchi specifically, because I'm like, why? Like,
well, I mean, I guess his thing is he doesn't really give a shit about winning anymore.
I guess, because I'm like,
which is a weird thing to say.
Yeah, because like, how much money was that deal? I don't think it was really that much, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I don't think
63. It was 63 million for 3 years. So holy fuck!
Isn't he 33?
Huh?
Isn't he 33?
I think you're right. Yeah, 33. They gave him a bag.
That's a healthy contract for a 33-year-old.
It's also a stupid contract. Like the Angels are fucking meant to, like, that's like their calling at this point. Like, what do the Angels do? Make bad contracts. That's it. Like,
and what are they doing now?
And they have the best generational talent of the late 2010s or the mid 2010s to the early 2020s, and then they waste the two greatest players in baseball existence prime. That's what they did.
It's impressive work, actually. Like, I mean, they should we give them a medal for it?
No, we should put them in jail.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then the last signing that I've seen, there was a bunch more, I'm sure, but we have been out for a while and we've missed a lot. But we will be back with our new producer because that takes a lot of time off my hands because I don't have a lot of time.
Hey, you didn't get assigned a 1 million page production though. That happened to my friend yesterday.
Nice.
1 million pages.
Production of what?
Just discovery documents.
Oh, fun.
1 million pages.
I got 100,000. I got 100,000 recently, so
that's fun. It's not a million though.
It's true. I also got thrown 45 cases the day that I got licensed.
Yeah, you did tell me that one.
Which I was like, so, we have two other attorneys who just got licensed too. Why do they have 2 cases and I have 45?
Dude, you're just so ridiculously competent.
No, I'm not. Not at all. I'm lying.
I'm lying. It's nuts.
I'm telling you that I can handle this. I cannot handle this.
Don't listen to me.
Don't listen to me. I'm a pathological liar at this point. Okay.
If anyone in the office is listening to this, he's not actually telling the truth.
They don't know which one's the truth. At this point, they're like, I don't know if he's handling this perfectly or if he's completely lost. It's a little bit of both if you're at my office, so just so you know, it is a little bit of both. There are days where I look at it, I'm like, oh, I got this. And then other days I look at it, I'm like, shit. This makes no sense. All right.
It'd be like that sometimes,
It does be like that. The last signing we had was Matthew Boyd went to the Cubs. Again, another what the fuck signing.
Dude, just groundbreaking.
Why? Like, okay, Matthew Boyd last year did have a 2.72 ERA. You know how many games he started last year?
7.
8.
Damn, that was close.
You were very close. Yeah, 8 games. And then, other than that, he was kind of in between bullpen and starting role. I mean, they gave him a 2-year, $29 million contract. Like, what are you doing if you're the Cubs? Like, this doesn't do much for you.
They're just hanging out, having a good time.
Yeah. They're like, does Matthew Boyd help you? Yes. Does it make you a definite contender?
No.
Like, it does help your team, sure. But it's like, yay, we went from winning 80 games to 81 games. Great. That's fantastic.
It's a needle mover right there.
Exactly. Which, if you're the Cubs, like, you need, like, especially as much money as they're divvying out right now, they need a needle mover. Watch, Juan Soto of the Cubs is going to kill me.
That would objectively be hilarious, I won't lie.
It would not be hilarious at all. It would
be hilarious to me.
Yeah.
I would laugh.
Because me and Sean would be playing paintballing with actual live ammo.
Yeah, that would fuck up a kid's Saturday.
No. I mean, we'd be facing each other. There would be nobody else on the field. It would just be us. And there'd be no, like, barriers or anything. We would just be shooting each other is what we would be doing.
Yeah.
It would just be like, hey, where do you want to hit next? Left hand. Okay. Ow. Fuck, that hurt. Why does Juan Soto keep hitting home runs for the Cubs?
Juan Soto to the Cubs would be like that would be the most out of left field move ever.
It would be the most out of left field, and then I would just be like, I didn't think it'd get worse than the Dodgers. I did not think it could.
And then somehow,
because it would guarantee be a decade contract, and I'd be like, so I have to see for 10 years Juan Soto facing my team. I mean, you know what that's like, having Juan Soto in your fucking division. Yeah. It's not fun.
No, it's not. It's really not.
You're just like, no, why? Him again?
I could still deal with it for a decade plus now.
That's true, you could.
It's on the table.
And it's more likely than Juan Soto to the Cubs, for sure.
I really don't want to see that one happen, because if... I'm taking back everything I said about Juan Soto to the Cubs being objectively hilarious to me, because I don't want to get bad karma for this, because one, I really don't want Cam to be happy.
Fair. But two, also you just don't want to deal with Juan Soto in your fucking division.
No, I really don't.
Yeah. Unless it's for your team.
Yeah, playing him like 6-7 times a year, fine, whatever. I don't want to play you fucking 15.
Yeah. All right.
So, yeah, I don't want Cam happy. That's I really don't.
The majority of the reason for this. All right.
Oh, it's a big fucking reason, and it's valid. You know
fair.
It.
Oh, I do. With that, we've been out for so long that all of the awards have been awarded.
All of them.
And we can officially see who got what picks right and who got what picks wrong between Brendan, I, and ChatGPT.
We have like a probably 2% correct rate.
I think you're the only one who got any single one of them right. And
holy shit, that's bad.
And it was funny because that was the one of your pick. I was like, "There's no fucking way that one hits."
And then it happened.
Yep. Okay, so for NL MVP, I had Trayson Turner, and that did not work. And I think
he did have a tear for a little while where it looked like it might be plausible.
Yes, and
you had a little window of victory.
I have to say that I think that this year was his last year at like where I'm not picking him next year. This was the last year I
wouldn't pick him next year.
This was the last year I was like, okay, he can do it this year. And then he had a good year. He had a very good year.
He had a very good year, yeah.
He got injured a lot, and then he's finally at the age where it's like, okay, what are we seeing?
It's a hamstring strain too. So it's like, and what's his biggest aspect? His speed.
Yep, and now you're taking a lot of that away from him.
Yeah.
And then for Brendan's NL MVP pick, he had
Shohei Ohtani.
I was trying to hit it. There we go.
I was waiting for it. Shohei Ohtani. And that did work.
Take him out. He was right. He was right.
It's the only pick we got right all year.
He bought into the hype, and it was right.
I hate that I bought into the hype.
But you were right.
I know I was right.
I didn't think it was possible because he was going to be a DH. I didn't think. I mean, him being a DH, I was like, "There's no way." But
did he still put up like a 10 WAR season? It was close to 10 WAR, right?
I think it was like a 7. I thought it was a 7 WAR season, which is still insane. Or no,
just as a DH.
I think it was actually a 7 or a 9 WAR season. I want to say.
Yeah, I think 9.6 sounds right, or 9.4.
9.2 as a fucking DH.
10 wins as a DH, almost 10 wins above replacement as a DH is nuts.
What's even more nuts about that is the fact that the other position that he plays when he's not DHing is pitcher. It's not like he's like some first baseman who got injured. No. And not only is he a pitcher, but 2 years ago, he was 4th on the Cy Young ballot. Like, he should have, I mean, I'm sorry, 2022 MVP award, I'm stealing that again from Judge. Judge, you did not deserve that. Judge, you're fucking amazing, but you didn't pitch.
Playoffs.
True, terrible in the playoffs. But you did not pitch and put up the numbers that Shohei Ohtani did. Because there's just, like, WAR does not encompass what he did that year, or any year that he pitches. Like, it just doesn't. Because
no, it doesn't.
You can't, like, the stats are outdated for Ohtani when it comes to when he's pitching. Because it's like, yeah, he's putting up one of the best hitters in baseball numbers and one of the best pitchers in baseball numbers minus the counting stats because he just doesn't throw as many innings.
Which makes sense. Because he doesn't, and you know what's terrifying? He doesn't have to be the ace next year.
No, he has to be the 5 guy. Or the Dodgers were talking about doing a 6-man rotation, which they can do easily next year.
Easily.
And that means Ohtani's going to be pitching once throughout every rotation. So he's going to be pitching once every 6 days. And
he's going to be super well rested.
Yeah.
He's probably going to have a sub-2 ERA.
And then they're going to have Roki Sasaki with like a 2.1 and Yamamoto with a 3.3. And
Sasaki there is too obvious. It's actually painful.
When people are talking, that's why I didn't even talk about him when it came to like where he's going. I'm like, he's going to the fucking Dodgers.
I mean, okay. The only rumor, this is one thing that we haven't talked about that I think, because, we're going through the awards right now, but the one thing that we have not talked about at all, the Orioles have had one rumor, and it was Sasaki so far.
I haven't seen that.
I saw it once, and I was like, and here's why it pissed me off. No, I saw it like a week ago. If I believed it had any credibility, I would have sent it to you.
Yeah, I was going to say, I have not seen that at all.
Because, again, this is the only time I've seen it. But do you know why it pissed me off? Why is there only one Orioles rumor?
Because
you flopped in the playoffs again, and you're not going to spend. You're the same ownership group now.
Exactly.
At this point.
They're 100% looking like they're the same exact ownership group that was the prior ownership group. And they came in and they said, we're going to spend. We're going to spend. Well, what are you not doing now? I mean, you already lost. Corbin Burns is gone. Like, he's not off the table. Like, he could very well come back. But as of right now, Corbin Burns is not an Oriole. And not only that, he was your ace last year. Kyle Bradish isn't going to be back for fucking half the year at least. So,
and Kyle Bradish is great. This is a big Kyle Bradish podcast. We love Kyle Bradish.
But he can't be the entire pitching staff.
No. And the thing is, I'm willing to go out on Grayson Rodriguez. Yeah. I'm fully willing to. I don't know if he's good anymore. I genuinely don't.
If Grayson is your 5 or your 4, I'm okay with that. He's now your 2. That doesn't do anything for me.
It actually does less for me.
Yeah. Like, Grayson being your 2 just means you're not a serious franchise as pitching. Like, you just don't have the pitching. And they're going to get Bautista back next year. Like, okay.
However, hey, Tyler, can I ask, what does a closer do for a rotation?
Pitch 1 inning out of every game and nothing to the starting rotation at all. Literally nothing.
I would even go on the record and say he does less than nothing.
Yeah. He does not help the starting rotation because how many times does a starting pitcher pitch in the 9th inning these days?
The answer is only in the
Never.
playoffs.
Never.
It's only in the
And
playoffs.
it's out of they're coming out in the 9th inning out of the bullpen, which is just insanity at this point.
Yes,
So
completely nuts.
It's Orioles are out. Unless they make some kind of push, which to Sasaki, if they get Sasaki, okay, I'm willing to go back to being on the Orioles again. Right now, I'm at the point where I'm like, the Orioles, you're a disappointment at this point. Like
when you thought it was turning around, finally.
Yeah.
Look, dude,
and I feel bad for the players. Is what I feel bad for. I don't feel bad for ownership. Fuck them. Spend your money. You have
and especially when it's what you said you were gonna do.
And then not only that, but name another franchise that has a better group of young guys. You cannot.
You cannot.
There's not a team in the playoff or in the MLB right now where you can say they definitively have a better group of young players. No, it's the Orioles. You got Jackson Holiday, Gunnar Henderson, Adley Rushman. Gunnar Henderson this year, if he was in the National League, probably would have won MVP over Shohei Ohtani, which he threw up a 9-WAR season.
And Gunnar Henderson was doing shit that you've never seen from a shortstop.
Yeah, and Gunnar is 23.
Yep.
It's stupid. So Orioles,
anyways,
get your shit together.
Yes, get your shit together, Orioles. Okay, so light little Orioles rant there.
Typical.
You know where we should go?
Sure.
AL Cy Young. Because that is the one that we were both stoked for when it actually finally happened.
Yeah.
We both got it wrong, but this is who we both wanted to pick.
We both wanted to pick. I mean, we completely skipped, so we might as but hang on. Let's finish up the MVPs. MVPs, AL MVP, I picked Juan Soto. Do you want to tell who you picked?
I don't even remember.
Seattle Mariner.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Did I pick? Yeah, I picked Julio. Fuck.
Yeah, J-Rod. Mine at least was a chance. Mine got top 3.
Look, it was a terrible pick, but I picked with just thinking, you know what? Maybe this is the year he finally ditches the slow start thing and actually does well.
And instead, he started slower than ever, and then
started slower than ever and didn't pick it up ever
until September.
When he went on a ridiculous tear again for no reason. Almost made them get into the playoffs for some reason.
So now we'll go to AL Cy Young. Oh, and also I gotta say for ChatGPT, NL MVP it had Mookie Betts, and AL MVP it picked Mike Trout. So it was wrong on both those, but the Mookie Betts one isn't terrible.
Fuck you, AI.
Yep, we're better than you. Now for Cy Young, we both had Mariners. I had the Luis Castillo. That was just wrong. Did not do it. Decent season, not terrible, not great though. Definitely not getting Cy Young caliber innings out of him that year. Same with Brennan's pick.
George Kirby.
Yeah. George Kirby cannot stop throwing the fastball right down the dick.
Which sometimes works for him because it's 98 to 99, but sometimes it gets tattooed.
Yes, which is why we've discussed what we think he needs to do a little bit.
We had an hour-long rant about George Kirby's pitch mix.
We had several hour-long rants about George Kirby's pitch mix, I think. After that, the actual winner of the AL Cy Young Award, both of Brennan's bet, first of all. Brennan did bet him.
I won money off that, so to take it.
Great money because even the odds makers were like, this guy probably is going to win the fucking season.
Well, no, I bet it preseason. So I had good odds. Yeah.
Even preseason, it was look, man, this guy does good shit.
Dude, you are loud as fuck right now.
Thank you for telling me that. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Did it switch my fucking...
I think it did.
That would make sense.
Because you started coming in,
there we go,
screaming in my ear. I was like, holy shit.
Thank you for telling me that. It switched my mic for whatever reason. Can you go away? Okay, or not. And I hate that this mic is Not the greatest. It's now switched to MacBook, Mike. This is why we need a producer.
Yep. I mean, you're coming in loud and clear, but Jesus. Try now.
It's not making anything.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
What the fuck? Riverside, get your shit together. Riverside, we will be done with you soon. We have a new producer.
I'm gonna start using like some underground websites.
I don't care what we use.
Yeah.
As long as I can switch my fucking mic. Okay, mic. Wait, I can mute. It just told me you can mute while recording, but you can't switch mics. What do you mean? You're the one that switched my mic.
You switched the mic, yeah. You're on mute.
Well, I guess I'm using the Mac microphone for now because it wants to be dumb.
Okay, so drum roll for him, because even though we both wanted to pick him, we didn't. But it was unanimous. So
Unanimous Triple Crown winner.
Yeah. Tarek Skubal.
Skubal, the nut job himself. Also, you didn't respond to my text that he's one of the boys, but I didn't realize he is one of the boys.
Yeah.
Like when he was on Pardon My Take, love that guy. He literally asked if they left an upper decker in. Yeah. And I was like, Tarek knows what an upper decker is? Bro, he's a dude. He's a dog.
Tarek's a dude.
Like, this year, 6.3 wins above replacement, led all of baseball starting pitchers, had the most wins in baseball, highest win loss percentage in in the American League, 2.39 ERA, 192 innings pitched with 228 strikeouts, which led all of baseball. Led the American League in ERA plus with a 170, led the American League with a 2.49 FIP. The reason I'm going through all of these stats is because the next one I'm going to have to go through all of these stats, and Brendan's not going to like it at all.
You better go through innings pitched.
Oh, I did.
No, I'm saying the next one.
Oh yeah, don't worry, I will. Okay. So for National League Cy Young, do you want me to rip the Band-Aid off, or do you want me to
No, you rip it off.
All right. Chris Sale. Chris Sale is also a Triple Crown winner in the National League. So my pick for Cy Young was Yoshiba Yamamoto. Mine didn't matter. It was inconsequential. It was like fairy dust. It didn't happen. I don't know. I was drunk when I made that pick. I'd been hanging out with Marcell Ozuna from the Braves.
He let him get behind the wheel.
Yeah, that was not the greatest pick. Brendan did have a very, very, very good pick, but his pick got second in Zach Wheeler.
Bro leads all pitchers in WAR since coming to the field.
And then somehow has gotten he's never won one, but he's been so close so many times. And to be fair, he did get screwed out, completely screwed out of one. I don't think he got screwed out of this one.
I would be hard pressed to say he got screwed. Do I think he probably deserved more first place votes than he got? Yeah.
I agree with that.
Because someone put him fourth, and I was like, how?
No.
Fourth? Yes.
This was a clear as day. This was a clear as day 1 and 2.
And if it had gone either way, I would have been like, yeah, that's fair. And I did, because Chris Sale still won the Triple Crown. So yes I understand why. But I was like, it was more of a coin flip than I think it was made.
I agree with that. That I'll agree with. Completely agree.
And obviously, selfishly, I want Wheeler to get his flowers, but two Triple Crown winners, they're both going to win the Cy Young.
I mean, he got diddied in the 2021 year where Corbin Burns ended up winning it, and I was like, what?
Yeah, he got diddied.
Completely diddied on that one. This year, he didn't really get diddied. It was just kind of there was a guy who won a freaking Triple Crown. What are you supposed to do with that?
Yeah.
Chris Sale, 18 wins, 6.2 wins above replacement, 857 win-loss, 2.38 ERA, 225 strikeouts with 177 and two-thirds innings pitched. Zach Wheels, 200 innings pitched, 257, 224 strikeouts. They both had absolutely dominant seasons. Like, if it wasn't for the Triple Crown, Zach Wheeler wins it. Like,
yeah. But c'est la vie.
Is what it is. Now for ChatGPT, they had Aaron Nola, which LOL. Did not win.
This was like what, the 2018 version of ChatGPT.
Sure.
Nola could have won Cy Young that year, but
and then
not this iteration.
And then it had Garrett Cole, which Garrett Cole was a lot of injuries, so I'm not going to say that was a bad pick by any means.
I won't say it was a bad pick. Seeing him throw a couple 92-mile-an-hour fastballs, I was like, huh, okay.
Yeah. And then we have, now moving on to National League Rookie of the Year, where nobody was relatively fucking close. I mean, I think my AL Rookie of the Year pick might have been the closest, and that still wasn't that close.
Yeah, because I picked like Jordan Lawler, who I think is never going to play ever.
Yeah, you had Jordan Lawler in the National League. So did ChatGPT. No, that was not a right pick. I also had Yoshiba Yamamoto for the Rookie of the Year. That one did not happen. I hope that nobody heard who I picked again. Bad pick.
Hey guys, just in case you didn't hear, it was Yoshi.
It's not a great pick. Not a great pick. Not gonna lie. I mean, it wasn't bad. Like, he didn't have like an atrocious.
It's not egregious.
No,
but I also don't think.
Also, the fact that
it was like it wasn't really a toss-up because I think it had to go to who it went to. But Jackson Merrill made a compelling case.
He did. He made a compelling case, but the absolutely historic start that Paul Skeens had.
Yeah, Livy Dunn's boyfriend was on one this year.
Livy Dunn's boyfriend. I mean, he's going to be a favorite for the Cy Young next year, and deservedly so.
Yeah. I mean he's nasty. Like, he's just nasty.
Like, it's like he arguably has the best stuff in baseball right now. Like, and like, I'm not even saying that as like, oh, like just like kind of no. Like, he very well could have the best stuff in baseball, and it might not honestly be close. I mean, this year so everyone knows what we're talking about. Paul Skeens, Livy Dunn's boyfriend, won the NL Rookie of the Year with a 1.96 ERA and 23 games started, 133 innings pitched, 170 strikeouts, a 2.14 ERA plus, 2.44 FIP, and third on the Cy Young ballot.
I honestly, early, but I might pick him for Cy Young next year. Like, dude, he's just wicked. Like, his fastball's unhittable. His splinker, or whatever the fuck it is also unhittable.
I mean,
who the fuck throws a split sinker? Like,
a sinker that goes fucking 95?
And sometimes touches 97 when he's pissed off. Like,
whenever his mustache tells him to, it's like, throw it 98, and it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's like the evil Kermit.
Exactly. And it's fucking, I mean, in 23 games started this year, he put up 5.9 wins above replacement.
Forget just Cy Young. He might get fucking MVP votes next year.
You know what is, so if you look at his 162 game average for this year.
Yeah, the projection?
His projection, he would put up 8.8 wins above replacement.
That's ridiculous.
That's more wins above replacement than either Triple Crown winning pitcher this year. Either of them. His projected innings pitched would have been 197 innings pitched. His strikeout numbers, 251.
That's Strider-esque.
Yeah. I mean, his strikeouts per nine is 11.5 to walks per nine is 2.2. Like, my God.
And honestly, I would bet on him to cut down the walk numbers next year too.
I would bet on it too.
And I think the strikeout numbers probably stay the same, maybe increase slightly. It might decrease slightly
I was going
too.
to say, I don't think it can increase. I mean, 11.5 strikeouts per nine.
He could go on like a Strider-esque tear and have like 14 Ks per nine early in the season, and then it'll
Yeah.
just slightly decrease as the season rolls on, and that would give me credence to say he's probably going to have a lower
Yeah.
Ks per
I mean,
nine. But
Strider did have oh my god, 13.5 strikeouts per nine in 2023.
yeah,
That's stupid. That's yeah. Yeah.
and that's the thing. Like when you're thinking pitchers that are, oh, did we do comeback player of the year? Because next year it's Strider.
Yeah.
It's
It's right.
Strider.
We didn't do comeback player of the year, but it's Spencer Strider next year.
Yeah, it's Spencer Strider.
Yeah. Anyways,
my biggest worry with Strider is, and we've discussed this at length. He's already on his second TJ.
Yep. All right. So then for the National League, or for the American League Rookie of the Year, the 27,000-year-old Luis Hill wins Rookie of the Year.
He's older than me.
How old is he actually? He's 26?
I think he's older than me.
Oh, yes, I know that. But I'm trying to see if he's older than I am, or as old as I am.
He might be.
I thought he was close to my age, which I was like, how the fuck is he Rookie of the Year? Okay. That doesn't do me any good. How do you feel about this one though?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think that the American League Rookie of the Year
26.
race was. I don't think the American League Rookie of the Year race was interesting. Like,
yeah, I agree.
It's like what fucking Jason Dominguez was under consideration again for like the 6th year in a row.
Yeah, this year's Rookie of the Year in the AL. I mean, there was, I cannot believe the hype that Colton Cowser got for Rookie of the Year this year.
I mean, he was good. Like,
he was
I'm
good.
not saying he
wasn't
good, but
not that. Like, it wasn't like, oh yeah,
it wasn't interesting. Like, it just wasn't interesting.
Exactly.
I mean, I think my pick was Holiday because I thought Holiday was actually going to come up and be a serious factor for the Orioles, and he just wasn't. And like, yes, the MLB takes time. He might still end up being good next year. Who knows?
But he still could be an MVP caliber player. He is literally 21 years old in 3 days. He literally just turned 21 3 days ago.
So it's not out of the realm of possibility.
What were you idiots doing at 21 years old?
I was blacked out drunk at 10 p.m.
a.m.
No, it was 10 p.m. this time. But, I mean, Holiday will still be a very good player. Will he be a perennial MVP candidate? I'd shy away from that a little bit.
I mean, perennial is it's tough.
Perennial that's tough. Like, I don't want to put that kind of expectation on him, especially because he had such a tough first year. Will he be good? Absolutely. I don't think that's a question.
Okay.
However, if he doesn't super pan out, could I be seeing it used in hypothetical trades? Yes.
Does he win an MVP in his career?
I'm going to say yes because again, he's only 21. I think he will, but I don't think it's gonna. It's definitely not going to be next year.
No.
Or the year after that.
I'm going to go
3-4 years down the road, maybe. I'm not saying it's a certainty, but I'm saying it could happen.
The reason I'm going to go no isn't because I don't think he's going to be great. I think he's going to be great. I think he'll be one of those like players where he has a lot of years where he was right there. Like he gets like a bunch of 3rd place finishes, 4th place finishes, like an Austin Riley type. But,
yeah.
I mean, other than the fact that Austin Riley, nobody's ever heard of Austin Riley, and then all of a sudden he's just the best player. He's the National League Kyle Tucker, where nobody talks about him, and
he is the National League Kyle Tucker,
and consistently just one of the best players in the league. And everyone's just like, oh wait, who's that guy? Why is he really, really good? Like
and the thing is, I think the problem. You know what? Honestly, I'm going to change my answer. I'm going to say no. I don't think he ever does because I don't think he's ever going to be the best player on his team.
That I agree with.
Because I think Gunnar is going to be better than him every year he plays with him. And
I'm going to make a really bold prediction. My bold prediction: when Ethan Holiday gets drafted, I think Ethan's going to be a better player.
I also think Ethan's going to be a better player. I will 100% agree with that.
That dude's got a swing, and he's a little thicker boy. Like he's not. I mean,
he's a bigger guy. He's a bigger guy.
Jackson, but Ethan's a thick boy.
Yeah,
like, he's a big boy.
I think Ethan's going to be better than him.
I think Ethan's going to be more power for sure. I think defensively, I think Jackson's going to be better. I think defensively,
I would agree with that.
I think offensively, I think Ethan will be stronger.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. But again, I don't think.
You hear that, MLB operations? Mark that down. Write it down. Because when I'm right on that, you'll know you could have had the brain. The 2 brain cells that only know baseball. Everything else is lost.
It's like nobody's up there.
Even though our picks are like so off that we're like, oh yeah, don't worry, we know baseball, but every single pick we had is way wrong.
It's too unpredictable.
So your rookie of the year was Jackson Holiday. Mine was Wyatt Langford. Wyatt Langford started to put it together towards the end of the season.
He started to figure it out.
Did he get rookie of the year votes?
I don't think so.
He did. He got 7th. I was going to say that. I thought he did. 7th in rookie of the year votes. He ended up having a 740 OPS. That's not bad for a rookie. 16 homers.
It's the worst in his career, though.
True, but that's in freaking the minor leagues.
Yeah.
And by worse by 300 points. So I think if he can put it somewhat. I mean, he still had 207 total bases. He had a 3.9 wins above replacement. That's not. In fact, that's probably more wins above replacement than Luis Hill had. I bet.
Probably. I mean, Luis Hill had that one month where he was really good.
He did. Luis Hill only had 3.1 wins above replacement. Wyatt Langford had. So you know what? Take that award away. My pick was right. My pick was 100%.
All right.
My pick. Look, Wyatt Langford had the most wins above replacement. Or I shouldn't say the most. I haven't looked at all the other rookies, but he had more than Luis Hill. So if he had more than Colton Cowser, which I'm looking up right now, then I was right. All these idiots at MLB.com or whoever did the voting don't know what they're talking about. Yep, Colton Cowser only. Actually, Wyatt Langford might have got robbed. I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking at it right now. Okay, now I'm looking at the whole list because I'm like that's. Yeah, Wyatt Langford got banged. That's funny. So
Wyatt Langford got diddied.
Wyatt Langford in the 7th spot has the most wins above replacement of any of the rookies above him.
And that's great when it benefits your argument.
Yeah. Yes, when it benefits your argument, I love war. When it doesn't, I hate war. But no, Luis Hill had a 3.1. And the next closest is Wilyer Abreu for the Red Sox had 3.4, which is right above him. But other than that, yeah, Wyatt Langford might have got banged.
Okay, so the title of this episode is "Did Wyatt Langford Get Diddied?"
Yep, that's exactly what this episode is called. Did Wyatt Langford get diddied? And Tyler says yes. I mean, to be fair,
ride your baby oil.
Hide your baby oil. To be fair, honestly, if I were to actually do voting, I probably would have went Mason Miller. Honestly,
I think I would have gone Mason Miller as well.
Yeah, I probably would have gone Mason Miller. I know he was a closer, but he did have 28 saves, 65 innings pitched, 104 strikeouts. Pretty nasty.
Did you know the best nickname?
Yeah, the Reaper. Which, yeah. Okay. Anyways, now that I've ranted and that Wyatt Langford won the Rookie of the Year, rightfully so. All
right.
ChatGPT had Jordan Lawler and Jason Dominguez for Rookie of the Year, which
Of
did
course,
not
I had
happen
fucking Jason Dominguez. He's been in the consideration for half a
for
decade.
35 years.
Yeah,
He's been
Jason,
considered for Rookie of the Year for the last decade.
yeah. Jason Dominguez, go start a family.
Yep.
I know you're only 20, but still.
Yeah. So for Manager of the Year, this one is always such a toss-up, but it was clear as day who was going to win it this year because
Stephen Vogt.
Yep, Stephen Vogt. Which honestly, we should have guessed. Like, if I could have redone the pick a third of the way through the year, I'd be like, it's Stephen Vogt. Like,
well, yeah, but my thing is, AJ Hinch didn't get robbed. AJ Hinch should have gotten more serious consideration.
I'll agree with that.
But Stephen Vogt, dude, we both didn't think the Guardians were going to be anything short of terrible.
Nobody.
So
Yes.
And they did it the opposite way than they normally do. They did it with power, which is like, huh? You figured out how to hit? Imagine if they figure out how to pitch again next year.
When Shane Bieber's back, did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
The Biebs. If Bieber comes back and we get Cy Biebs back,
That Cy Young vote would be insane because Scoobs is still going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
So
if we get next year 200 innings pitched from Scoobs and Bieber, there's not enough baby oil in Diddy's house for me to be okay with that, with watching those games.
Yeah, you're going to be on cloud nine.
Oh, ALCS next year. Game 1, Scooble versus Bieber.
That would be like, so say both those offenses just figure it out the entire year. Screw it.
We got Kerry Carpenter being Kerry Bonds.
Yeah. And Kerry Bonds mashes righties.
He does.
So
cannot hit a lefty to save his life. Absolutely.
No. He's actually like whatever he sees versus lefties, he's got to be seeing like the walls of Jericho or something because like it's bad. It's really bad.
It is the most like insane. Like he might need to start switch hit. Like it is that bad.
He might need. Yeah. No. Someone needs to teach him to switch hit. Doesn't Parker Meadows switch hit? Parker, get in the cage with him, please.
Yeah, because oh my god, that lefty is just atrocious.
Yeah, and say the Tigers. I don't think they do this because I don't think they're going to rush him. But say they call up Max Clark halfway through the year, and Max Clark is nasty. Their outfield is gross.
Yeah, look, we were already high on the Tigers last year.
I'm higher now.
We're Creed, take me higher right now. Like it is. We picked them to win the division next year. Guess who we're fucking picking to win the division next year?
Tigers.
We're picking the Tigers again. We're doing it. Like I don't even know what we've chosen for the rest of it. Well, we're picking the fucking Tigers to win the division.
No, we're picking the fucking Tigers. It doesn't matter. Everything else can sort itself out. Yep. Tigers.
Tigers are winning the division. We've already called it.
And when it happens, you all owe us an apology.
They already do owe us an apology because we were looking like morons at the trade deadline, and they figured it the fuck out and they made the playoffs and they took out the Astros,
which we didn't even expect.
No, we thought they were going to lose to the Astros.
We both confidently felt they would win the Scooble game, but after that we were like, I don't know, because it was like it literally was Tarek Scooble, hopes and dreams,
yep.
And it worked. Shout out to AJ Hinch.
Yeah, he literally made Tarek Scooble and the cast of Beverly Hillbillies just work. Like,
amen, brother.
Yep.
I don't know how you did it.
He gave him a 6-pack, he gave him a 30 rack of Natty Light and as much Copenhagen as possible.
Yeah, I was about to say Copenhagen was definitely
long cut and just said, and they were like, they just put on like stone cold highlights in the fucking bullpen, and they were like,
"Oh, absolutely." Who's this coming out of the Tigers bullpen? He's got a steel chair. First pitch, throws a steel chair at the batter.
Yep. You want to come and get me, brother?
He literally had Hulk Hogan coming out of the bullpen.
It's Randy Savage. He comes out of the bullpen and he's like, I got you for 3 outs, big boys.
Okay. The fact that all of them throw gas is hysterical.
Yeah. And all of them look like me with a somehow more trailer trash looking, which is pretty hard to do.
Yeah, and it's like, I forget who it was. Bo Bresky is like the most clean cut one of them, and then they just have like 3 other guys that have never thrown above 94 in their life. Somehow they're all throwing 98. Like, I can't even remember who it was that was out of the bullpen throwing 100. I was like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yep. Voodoo Witchcraft. Tigers. Up to it again. All right, so the other Manager of the Year pick, which is not shocking either, Pat Murphy from the Brewers. They just lost Craig Counsell, and Pat Murphy just decides, you know what, I'm going to be better.
Power of friendship, Brewers.
Literally, quite literally the power of friendship. Like, we both picked them to be like 4th or 5th in the National League this year, National League Central, and they had the 2nd best record in the National League. Like, wait, no, they had the third. I lied. They had the 3rd best record. Yeah, because they were just on, but they were not far behind the Phillies.
No, they were not. And also, like, they get Brandon Woodruff back next year.
I know.
Okay.
But, you know, they're probably going to trade away Peralta or something. They're probably going to do that shit and then still win 93 games. And you're like,
because Tobias Myers is apparently a god.
Yeah. Apparently Tobias Myers is going to get. He had to have gotten
Watch out. Watch out, Paul Skeens. Tobias Myers is coming.
Oh, my God. No, he did not get any MVP or Cy Young votes this year. Thank God.
Thank God. I probably would have been like, yeah, you know what? That's enough. I'm closing my laptop.
Yeah. I would have been like, you got to be fucking kidding me. Oh, guess who he got drafted by?
Tobias Myers?
Mm-hmm.
Based on your reaction, it's going to be the Cardinals.
No.
Reds?
No.
Who?
Baltimore Orioles.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, let's be honest. Based on how Gray Rod's going, he would probably be a bartender at Pickles. That's the bar across the street from Camden.
No, I know what you're yeah. Or they missed the boat and traded away at least a not bad 5th starter. I mean,
they definitely did that. They definitely did that already.
He had a 3 ERA with 25 games started. I'm not mad about that.
And he was good in their playoff game. He was very good.
I mean, his FIP and his other numbers are fucking terrible. But
his Baseball Savant page is the ugliest thing ever.
Yeah, that it's not.
Well, no, it's not Taiwan Walker's, but it's
sure.
It's ugly.
There's nothing that I can't wait to see Taiwan Walker be opening day starter next year. I couldn't say that with a straight face.
No, you couldn't. Like, it was like for who? The Guangdong Tigers?
No, probably the Cardinals.
Jesus.
Yeah. We're not going to go down that rabbit hole. I'm done with it.
Tyler's officially out on baseball.
Yeah, I'm officially... So this year I was dumb enough to say the Cardinals had a chance at winning the NL Central. They're not next year. I'm just calling it right now. They're going to be the dead last. They're going to be worse than the Pirates by a lot.
Yeah,
Especially when the Pirates get Juan Soto.
That would kind of be hysterical. I would love that.
Juan Soto, I would not be mad. I would be like, actually, I'm here for it. Like, are they going to be the rebels against? Or I'm sorry, the evil empire to take down the Dodgers? Like, I wouldn't be mad about it. I mean, starting rotation of Jared Jones, Paul Skeens,
Mitch Keller.
Okay. They go get a back end of the bullpen. Okay. And then they sign Juan Soto to be backed up by O'Neal Cruz, Brian Hayes. And they got
Brian Reynolds.
Brian Reynolds. Tamar Johnson's coming up. Like, they got some guys.
Jack Sawinski's kind of a dude. Like,
they might. Look, are we going to be praising the Jolly Roger next year?
I wouldn't hate it.
I would love to.
I don't hate the Pirates. I hate most of Pittsburgh. Sports franchises, but I don't hate the Pirates. They've been so bad for so long. I'm like, oh, that's cute.
Wouldn't it be poetic if, like, to end Andrew McCutcheon's career, they get a good team and win a World Series?
It would be very poetic.
I would be like, the baseball gods granted Andrew McCutchen what he
Well,
deserved.
and Andrew McCutchen does deserve that. He's such a good dude. He was on the Phillies too. I loved him. And I love Andrew McCutchen. I was happy for him when he got to, I thought his season and career was done when he got hurt, and he came back, got his 2000th hit,
something like that. Yeah,
good for Andrew McCutchen. Happy for Andrew McCutchen.
Is he getting into the Hall of Fame?
No, Hall of Very Good.
He is above the Baines meter. He's at 43. No, he doesn't get in.
He doesn't get in. He's Hall of Very Good.
Yes. Which is crazy because, if you ask this same question in 2015, you're like, yeah, he's clearly going to the Hall of Fame.
Yes, but now it's like, damn. Hall of Very Good.
Because, he went third in MVP votes, first, third, fifth from 2012 to 2015.
Yeah, crazy. Hall of Very Good.
Crazy how he fell off.
Yeah. Well, Father Time waits for no man.
Yep. Well, Father Time came and got him early.
Yeah, they did.
Father Time got him at 30 and was like, hey, motherfucker. Or 29 even. Well, I guess he had a good year at 30. He had an 849 OPS. But, man, he's had some other seasons where it's he wasn't bad. 2018, he had an 892 OPS. It just was never that MVP level. It's his OPS basically dropped 100 points and then just never recovered to that point.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree. Hall of Very Good.
Okay, before we start to wrap this up, which version of Josh Hader do the Astros get next year? This is an important question. Do they get good Josh Hader, or do they get trailer trash Josh Hader that just can't remember how to throw a pitch?
I think trailer trash Josh Hader is actually the better one, honestly. I think Josh Hader. I don't think they get bad Josh Hader, but I don't think they get prime Josh Hader.
I think prime Josh Hader's probably gone.
Yeah, I think prime Josh Hader is dead. I don't think we're getting. Honestly, I think this contract may end up looking like the Edwin Diaz contract. Not to the extent where it looks that bad, but to the extent where you're it's not going to look
it's not what you paid for.
Exactly. It's not what you paid for, and it's going to show a lot of why players shouldn't, it's going to show a lot of teams why they shouldn't spend that kind of money on a closer. It's just not usually worth it.
Congrats, Josh Hader. You fucked the closer market.
Yeah, congratulations, Josh Hader and Edwin Diaz. Let's not forget him.
You can't have Edwin Diaz erasure.
Yeah.
Mr. Point to 600-foot home runs when thinking they're pop-ups.
Well, exactly. Just oh yeah, that's a easy can of corn and it's fucking 900. It's the longest home run all season.
It's easy fly out. Nope. Third deck.
Okay. So I teased this before. And I was gonna make it a little more hard to do, but I didn't have time to make a hard thing or a hard question for you. But every week I'm gonna go on StatHead and I'm gonna make some random. I'm gonna pick one random person basically, and I'm gonna give you hints until you can guess the name or guess the player. I'm gonna make this one extremely easy because I didn't have time to make it hard. But after every hint, I want you to take a guess who it is.
Okay.
It is a player this season in the National League.
You want me to guess after that?
Yes. I'm gonna narrow it down by a lot with every guess.
Willy Adames.
Actually, that player played on the same team as this player.
Oh God, same team?
Yes.
And that's the only hint I'm getting for this round.
For this round, yes.
Christian Yelich.
This player played for the same. No, I'm just kidding. You're like, what the fuck? This player had more O WAR than defensive WAR.
More O WAR than defensive WAR? So it's not Yelich, it's not Adames. Rhys Hoskins?
No. This player had 831 OPS, good for a 129 OPS plus.
William Contreras.
There you go. Good job.
I was gonna guess William the last round, but I was like, at the same time.
And also after this week, because I have no time to like fix it up, I'm gonna put like a guess limit on it where I'm gonna give you like 8 hints or something like that. And I'm gonna make the question significantly harder and the hints significantly better. Okay. So it'll be something.
I also thought like William was like almost the obvious one, but I was also like, he was so good defensively, and I know Rhys kind of sucks defensively. So
that is, yeah. I mean, William this year, he had a 4.6 offensive WAR, but a 0.9 defensive WAR. So he was not bad defensively, but wasn't.
I know he was on that on a tear where it was like, is he
Bailey? Where you're like, what?
Yeah, Patrick Bailey's nuts defensively.
And absolutely,
you're not going to find him. You're not going to find him. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Patrick Bailey will hit like a home run, and it's like, oh, well, that's nice. And then it's like the rest
of it. One in like the set in like 7 years.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is this guy? Oh my god. Patrick Bailey. Okay. He had 1.8 wins above replacement. I'm guessing he had 2.2 defensive wins above replacement.
Yeah. No, shit, dude. I guess closer to 3, 4. Like that was like almost his only value like the whole year.
Wait.
Did he have like 4.9? Tell me if it was like 4.9, because like it would be something ridiculous.
Okay, I no longer trust wins above replacement because they had him at 1.3 defensive wins above replacement and 1.2 offensive wins above replacement. That's just
false. How many home runs did he hit?
That's just false. He had 1 home run.
All year?
Oh, wait. No, I'm sorry. 8. That was 1 triple. 8 homers. 46 RBIs. 234 batting average. 637 OPS. I don't trust WAR. This is why I don't like it. Unless you're asking who won the MVP, or I'm sorry, Rookie of the Year for the American League. Because then WAR is the number 1 stat on the planet.
Yeah, it's great when it's working for your agenda. Fucking ridiculous.
With that, we shall be back next week. We shall make more random shit. Like, we'll have news and notes, and we'll make random games and shit for us to talk about and do. And next week, we will have an actual producer who might be on the episode with us. He won't be able to say anything, but he'll be able to watch and edit as we go. And yeah, we haven't had to make any apologies recently, so
not this time,
but I'm sure we will soon.
Shout out the one we can never say.